Hello everybody, and from where I'm sitting right now, good morning. I'm sending you this video today to start introducing some useful ECC systems that are going to make life a whole lot easier for you if you know about them before day one. So here we go. By the way, my apologies. In my first video, it turns out that my volume level was pretty low. I've been playing with a couple of different technical solutions, and you can see on my head the one that I found works the best. I don't love it. It looks like I'm about to go do an all-nighter playing Halo, but if it works, it works, so I'm going to keep with it for now. Anyway, here we go. The first of those ECC systems that you want to know about, just because of how easy it is to forget a password for any of us, is the SUNY Erie My Username Check utility. In this utility, you're presented with three boxes pretty much in the middle of the screen. The first one, your last name, you have to give it. After that, you either give the utility the 7-digit student ID number that you've been assigned, or the last 6 digits of your social security number. Now, I'd rather not give anybody any of my social security number, and I'd imagine you feel the same way, so use the 7-digit student ID if at all possible. Once you've done that, hit check now, and it's a completely automated utility. You don't have to wait for anybody. It should automatically come back to you with the information you need to be able to log into the ECC systems like Blackboard and do what you have to do. After that, the next ECC system I'd like to talk to you a little bit about is the My ECC homepage. This is what's called a portal. It's designed to put together pretty much all of the different systems and other pieces of information you need so that when you log into it, you've got it all right there, pretty much at your fingertips. Now, as you look at myecc.ecc.edu, you'll find that it's organized into 3 columns. You're really only going to use the left column and the right column. There's not a ton in the middle that will affect you on a daily basis. Now, we'll take a look back at the left column in just a second because, of course, you know from my previous video, Blackboard's going to be an important thing. Over on the right, though, at the top right is the thing that you're going to want to check at least once a day, preferably more. That is your ECC email. Even if we are all in a classroom together, I'd still be saying to check this because, of course, it's the best way we have of getting in touch with you. So check it regularly. Unfortunately, all too many times I've had it happen that at midterm, someone's having some real difficulties because they just haven't looked at their email. If they had, often they would have known exactly what they had to do to get the midterm grade they wanted. Scrolling down, you've also got access to Web Advisor here on the right. At this moment, if you're already registered for classes, this isn't going to matter very much, but as the semester goes on, and as we approach the end of the semester and the beginning of next, Web Advisor is going to become increasingly helpful. This will be the way that you check your grades, keep track of what you're doing, and ultimately register for your next classes for the spring if you're still at ECC. Now, all the way at the bottom, really the one thing in the middle that I'm going to encourage you to make sure you know about is the Alerts and Cancellations section. This is where you can sign up for what is a really useful tool. If you go to alerts.ecc.edu, and you can see that there's a link there, what this will allow you to do is subscribe to alerts, and most of us subscribe through text messages that will tell you things, such as if the college is closed, if somebody's canceled classes. Really, that's not going to affect us too much, again, because we're fully online for the fall. But if we're back in classroom in the spring, this is worth knowing. After all, it's in the spring when the weather tends to be the reason that we lose the most class time. Lastly, going back up to the upper left, there is that Blackboard thing we've talked about. This is where you get to Blackboard. And of course, Blackboard is how we're going to do the majority of our coursework. Once you're in Blackboard, you'll see what is a more modern design than perhaps you're used to if you've been around a little bit. We've just gone to what's called Blackboard Ultra. There's not a lot of difference. Really, it's just a question of having things in different places and putting a different veneer on it, so don't worry too much. Go to My Courses. And once you're in the My Courses window, you'll see a listing of all of the classes you've taken that have used Blackboard, and it should be a significant number if you've been around for more than a couple semesters. At this point, take a look at the upper left. You'll most likely see an arrow saying 20FA if you've been at ECC for a semester or more. Otherwise, if not, if this is your first one, you should see a list of all your classes right there in the middle of the window. Now, to finish up with this video, I want to direct you to exactly what parts of Blackboard you're going to want to look at. Specifically, make sure that you're in Start Here, and you should be. Blackboard's set up to take you there first. Once you're in Start Here, you'll see that you've got a direct link to announcements. You've got a video message from me, which will probably end up just being this one. And down at the bottom, you've also got a listing of virtual office hours. And I'll put that in a few different places. That way it's easy for you to access. After this, directly below the Start Here link in the upper left, you've got syllabus and course info. I talked about that quite a bit in the previous video. You'll want to go there to access things like our syllabus, other schedules of activities, and things like the course agreement form. Going down the left-hand side, you've got other things such as course content, course textbook materials if it applies to your course, and a link to virtual meetings and office hours. Now, I'm going to stop at this point. In the next couple days, you'll be getting a video from me that talks more specifically about your syllabus policies. For now, though, this should be just a little bit further so that you got a better idea of how to use those ECC systems that allow you to do the things students have to do, whether you're on campus or off. For now, I'm headed out. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.